The Conjurers Storm. As the cool, mist-laden air of Wales clung to her skin, Gemma took a deep breath, savouring the crisp aroma of earth and vegetation that filled her nostrils. The lush green hills stretched into rolling mounds, each dotted with the silhouettes of ancient stone structures, telling tales of centuries past. Among these relics, hidden just off the beaten track, lay the remnants of a grand mansion steeped in legend, the estate of Dr. John Dee. Gemma's heart raced at the thought. Here was a man whose name echoed through the annals of history, a magician and scholar whose mind danced with the mysteries of the cosmos. As an ardent lover of the Tudor age, she had often immersed herself in the pages of books detailing his esoteric practices. But now the historicity of those pages was palpable, alive in ways she had only ever imagined. Clutching her worn leather satchel filled with scribbled notes and a sketchbook, she stepped forward into the weathered archway adorned with creeping ivy. The mansion, with its crumbling stones, stood as both a testament to enduring history and a stage for the remarkable. Ah, the timeless beauty of the past, she murmured to herself before her thoughts drifted to the vivid accounts of Dee's encounter with the Spanish Armada. The dramatic storm he had conjured to protect Queen Elizabeth I was a tale she often toyed with in her fictional worlds. The excitement of standing where he once stood ignited her senses and heightened her imagination. Inside, the air felt electric, a current of untold stories yearning to escape. The faint scent of cedar and lavender wafted around her as she explored the dimly lit chambers adorned with tattered tapestries. Porcelain fragments lay scattered like whispering secrets, and dust motes danced in the beams of sunlight filtering through cracked windows. She paused before a mysterious door, its wood intricately carved with strange symbols. Her fingers traced their contours. The enchantment of the setting enveloped her, drawing her in. Pushing the door open, Gemma stepped into a small chamber, her breath hitching at the sight before her. There, amidst a clutter of scrolls and glimmering instruments, stood Dr. John Dee, clad in robes adorned with celestial patterns. His deep-set eyes darted between parchments, lines of concern creasing his brow. "Why do you fret, O conjurer of storms?" echoed a voice that wasn't her own. As if the very essence of her leftist feminist spirit had manifested through time, courage bubbled within her. "You are the weaver of magic." Dr. Dee turned sharply, his expression one of astonishment as he beheld her. "Who are you? Speak, for I am on the brink of a great undertaking." "I am just a visitor, a humble author wandering through time," she replied, taking a step closer, emboldened by his curiosity. "But history recalls your name for a reason. That great storm you conjured for the Queen would forever change the tides of war." His eyes danced with a flicker of doubt. "But am I truly capable? The forces I am about to summon, they are beyond even my wildest understanding." Gemma's heart pounded. This was her moment. She could not let a man, self-doubting as he was, believe he lacked worth. "Dr. Dee," she implored, passion igniting her voice. "You are a man of intellect, a visionary. This storm is not simply about the winds and waves. It's a statement, an assertion of your mastery. History remembers those who rise to the occasion." He hesitated, glancing at the scroll before him, the sigils curling unnaturally with his doubt. In that split second, a flicker of resolve lit within him. "You speak boldly for a stranger. Indeed, perhaps the act of conjuration itself is an act of faith, a labor of belief." Her heart raced as she encouraged him. "Yes. How could the tempest unleash its fury if you cower? Embrace your powers, Dr. Dee. Channel the storm. You are the maestro." With newfound vigor, he unfurled the scroll, raising his arms skyward. "Then I shall conjure. By the elements that bind us, I call forth the tempest." He invoked the ancient words of power, voice resolute, echoing through time. The room darkened, and a whirlwind of energy swirled around them, pulling Gemma into his spell with unseen strength. She felt the world shift, the air thick with purpose and magic, and the thrum of the storm rising outside as if to heed his call. "Thank you, time traveler," he shouted over the growing crescendo of wind and thunder, eyes alight with determination. With a final chant, lightning crackled, and a furious roar sounded from the world beyond, signaling the birth of the storm he had conjured. And just like that, the world shifted again. Gemma stumbled, landing back in the warmth of her cottage, the scent of damp earth and books wrapping around her. The moment she returned was etched into her heart, the spark of history revived, an unstoppable force forged through the flames of a man's belief. She smiled, pulling out a notebook, ready to write her next tale of magic, storms, and the power of voices unyielded by time.